The grand ballroom at the Ritz-Carlton fell into a heavy silence as my sister Amanda tore into the wrapping of my carefully prepared gift. The gazes of 500 guests were fixed on her, their champagne glasses poised midair as she held up the leather-bound book I'd spent 6 months crafting with my own hands. "What is this?" Amanda sneered, her lipstick perfectly applied as she mocked the gift. "A journal? You honestly gave me a handmade notebook at my wedding." I stood there in my simple blue dress, the only one I could afford with my librarian's salary, while Amanda sat surrounded by extravagant gifts, luxury cars from her college friends, a yacht from her new in-laws, and a private island from her soon-to-be husband, Michael. "Rachel," my mother sighed from her seat at the head table, "we talked about this. Your sister deserves more than this craft project." What they didn't know was that the book was far more than just a gift. It was part of a test my father had set for us, one that would determine who would lead Montgomery Industries, our family's multi-billion-dollar tech empire. "At least some of you wrote me a check to go with it." Amanda laughed, flipping through the blank pages. "Oh wait, that's right, you can't afford that on your pathetic librarian's salary." 6 months ago, Dad had summoned us both to his office. "I'm stepping down as CEO," he said, "but before I choose my successor, I want to see how you each handle a special project." He had given us each $10,000 to start our endeavors. Amanda had jumped into cryptocurrency, bragging that she was a tech visionary like our father. I, on the other hand, set up a bookbinding workshop in my garage, learning the craft through YouTube videos and online courses. "The true measure of success," Dad had said cryptically, "isn't in how much money you make, but in how you create value." Now, as Amanda ridiculed my gift in front of Singapore's elite, I touched the small key hanging from my neck, the other part of Dad's test that only I had received. "Well," Amanda declared, tossing my gift aside into a pile of designer purses, "now everyone knows which Montgomery sister has the business savvy and which one is. Well, whatever this is." That's when the doors to the ballroom swung open. Dad walked in, looking somber, with the entire board of Montgomery Industries in tow. "Actually," he said, his voice booming across the suddenly quiet room, "I think it's time we discuss exactly which daughter possesses what." Amanda's new husband, Michael, suddenly grew tense. He'd married her with plans of gaining a position at the helm of Montgomery Industries. Now, the tone in Dad's voice made him loosen his designer tie. "Daddy," Amanda cooed, "can't this wait? We're in the middle of exposing your true nature," Dad interrupted. "Yes, I believe it's time." He nodded to his assistant, who began handing out folders to everyone in the room. Amanda's confident expression turned to concern as she opened hers. "The book your sister made," Dad continued, "isn't just a journal. Rachel, would you like to show them what the key around your neck opens?" I stepped forward, unlocking the gift I had given my sister. Everything was about to change. Inside the handmade book lay the truth about the future of Montgomery Industries, and Amanda's carefully curated world was about to fall apart. My hands were steady as I approached the discarded gift. A lifetime of being labeled the disappointment had prepared me for this moment. I slid the key into the hidden lock I'd crafted into the leather spine, revealing the book's true purpose. The pages weren't blank at all. Each one contained a meticulous audit of Montgomery Industries' operations, patterns I'd uncovered while volunteering in different departments over the past 6 months, observing everyone from janitors to top executives. "What you're all looking at," Dad announced to the stunned guests, "is the most thorough internal audit Montgomery Industries has ever seen, written by hand so it couldn't be hacked or leaked." Amanda snatched the book from my hands, her designer gown rustling. Her face turned ashen as she flicked through the pages. "This is impossible," she stammered. "Rachel works at a library. She doesn't know anything about business." "Doesn't she?" Dad raised an eyebrow. "While you were busy posting about crypto investments, your sister was working 3 jobs. Librarian by day, bookbinder by night, and unpaid intern in every department of our company during her lunch breaks and weekends." The board members nodded, reviewing their copies of my findings. I had documented everything: flaws in manufacturing, untapped opportunities in research and development, and most importantly, a series of suspicious transactions, all pointing to one source. "Turn to page 394, Dad instructed. Amanda's new husband, Michael, stood up, clearly agitated. "This is absurd. It's our wedding day." "Is it?" Dad's voice grew sharper, Or is it your attempt to seize control of Montgomery Industries before the truth was uncovered? What I had uncovered was far more than anyone anticipated. Michael's company had been secretly buying up Montgomery Industries shares through shell companies. The same shell companies Amanda had been unknowingly investing her cryptocurrency profits in. "Amanda," Dad said quietly, "did you really think we wouldn't notice you were aiding your fiancé in orchestrating a hostile takeover?" Amanda looked between Dad and Michael, her perfect image crumbling. "Michael said it was the only way," she stammered. "That you'd never choose me as CEO because I'm not like Rachel," Dad finished. "You're right. Your sister spent 6 months learning our business from the ground up, using her library research skills to trace financial trails and create something of real value. While you," he gestured to the pile of luxury gifts surrounding her, "focused on appearances, on flaunting wealth and success, never realizing that the real test wasn't about money." Michael's face contorted with rage. "The takeover's already in motion. By Monday," I interjected, my voice firm, "the SEC will have all the documentation on your insider trading scheme. It's amazing what people tell a quiet librarian who brings in coffee and actually listens." Suddenly, the doors flew open, and federal agents stormed the ballroom. As they moved to arrest Michael, Amanda did the unthinkable. She laughed. "You really think this is over?" she sneered. "Daddy's little bookworm solved one puzzle, and now she gets to run the company. Please." Michael wasn't working alone. Amanda pulled out her phone, pressed a button, and every light in the building went dark. "Amanda." Dad's voice rang out through the darkness. "What have you done?" But my sister's response was swallowed by the sound of helicopters approaching, and the hotel security system was overridden. This was no longer about a corporate takeover. It was something much darker. The emergency lights bathed the ballroom in a menacing red. Through the massive windows, we could see 3 black helicopters circling outside, their searchlights sweeping across the panicked wedding guests. "I'm sorry, Daddy." Amanda's tone had lost all its charm, becoming sharp and cold. But Montgomery Industries was never going to cut it, not when Chen Global had so much more to offer. Dad's face drained of color. "Chen Global, our biggest rival, the company that tried to destroy us 10 years ago, which led to your mother's death in what we thought was an accident." "Chen Global," he murmured. "Amanda, please tell me you didn't get involved with them." She smirked, casually reaching for the diamond necklace she wore. With a swift twist, it transformed into some sort of gadget. "I did more than that," she said, her voice cold. "I handed them everything: security codes, research data, and most importantly, access to Project Phoenix." Project Phoenix, the quantum computing project Mom had sacrificed her life to protect. The one that could either revolutionize communications worldwide or dismantle them completely. While everyone was watching Rachel play librarian, Amanda sneered. "I was doing real work. Did you really think I married Michael for love? He was just a decoy." The operation was always about getting Project Phoenix into Chen Global's hands. Suddenly, armed men in tactical gear dropped through the ballroom's glass ceiling. Guests screamed and scattered, only to realize the doors were locked. Miss Montgomery, one of the team leaders, addressed Amanda. "The transfer is ready." She nodded, then looked at me with a mock sympathy. "Oh, don't look so shocked, little sister. Did you really think your homemade books and careful notes could stand up to years of preparation? I've been working with Chen Global since college. They saw my potential, even if our parents didn't." But there was something unsettling about her confession. I had spent 6 months studying every part of our company, including old security footage. There was one thing Amanda didn't know. "You're right," I said slowly, reaching for the pearl necklace Mom had given me. "I am shocked, but not for the reason you think." The pearls held a hidden fingerprint scanner. As I activated it, every screen in the room lit up, showing one image: security footage from the night Mom died, where Amanda was seen letting Chen Global operatives into our research facility. "You see," I continued as Amanda's confident smirk faltered, "while you were focused on Project Phoenix, you never wondered why I made books or why I specialized in paper conservation at the library." Dad stepped forward, understanding dawning on him. "The original Project Phoenix plans weren't digital," I finished. "Mom hid them in a series of old books at the library. Books I've been restoring, studying, and safeguarding for the past 6 months. The quantum computing project you thought you were stealing, it's not the real one." Amanda's facade cracked completely. You're lying. The files, the servers. Exactly what we wanted Chen Global to find, Dad replied softly. A carefully orchestrated deception, waiting for the real traitor to reveal themselves. The leader of the tactical team suddenly removed his helmet, revealing a familiar face. FBI Special Agent Thompson, he said. Amanda Montgomery, you're under arrest for corporate espionage, conspiracy, and the murder of Elena Montgomery. As agents moved in to arrest Amanda, she revealed her final surprise. A dead man's switch linked to Montgomery Industries' mainframe. If I go down, she grinned, everything goes down. One push, and 10 years of research gets uploaded to every competitor we have. The room froze. But I noticed something no one else did. A small smile on Dad's face. Go ahead, Dad said calmly, shocking everyone. Push it. Amanda hesitated. You're bluffing. Everything you've worked for. We'll be perfectly safe, I said, finishing the thought, because while you were focused on stealing digital files, you never thought to wonder why a librarian specializing in paper conservation would spend so much time in our R&D department. I opened my handmade book to its last page, revealing an intricate circuit board woven into the leather spine. You see, Amanda, those 6 months weren't just about observing the company. Every book I made, every department I visited, I was implementing Mom's final safeguard, a quantum encryption system hidden in plain sight. Dad beamed with pride. Your sister didn't just find your mother's old plans, Amanda. She completed them. Those books you mocked. Each one contains a piece of the most advanced security system ever designed. Impossible. Amanda's hand trembled. You're just a librarian. I'm a librarian who inherited Mom's talent for quantum mechanics, I said softly, and her ability to hide things in plain sight. Push the button, Amanda. See what happens. She did. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, every screen in the building displayed the same message. Project Phoenix activated. Chen Global Systems compromised. What? What's happening? Amanda cried. Your dead man's switch just triggered our countermeasure, Dad explained. Right now, every Chen Global server worldwide is being wiped clean. Their entire corporate espionage network is exposed, and it's all being traced back to your personal accounts. The FBI agents moved in, arresting Amanda and her accomplices. But she still had one final card to play. You'll never prove any of it. My entire team already confessed, Agent Thompson interjected. Your husband, Michael, turned state's evidence an hour ago. Seems he didn't like being kept in the dark about Mom's murder. As Amanda was led away in handcuffs, still in her wedding dress, she turned to me one last time. How did you do all this? I held up my handmade book. Mom always said the best place to hide something valuable is inside something others think is worthless. You spent your life chasing wealth and power, never realizing that true value isn't in the price tag, but in what it creates. Thanks for watching, stay stunned, and we'll see you again in the next video.